Welcome to America F1, where we're doing our 2025 British Grand Prix preview. Mike's back from Idaho. Was it hot in Idaho?
It was hot. It's 105 the last day I was there.
You don't look tan, though.
I was in the house. It was freaking, there's air conditioning there.
So you didn't go outside at all?
No.
Maybe your hair would have turned blonde if you'd have went outside.
No, it would have turned black if I would have went outside because it would have burned it. I mean, what are you talking about? It's so hot, dude. God.
Did you go fishing or anything?
Hell no.
No?
No. My dad's not doing well, so we did a lot of watching TV.
Okay.
A lot of eating.
Yeah.
I made steak one night.
Yeah. You got him out for a walk or anything? Can
No,
you walk?
he can't walk.
He can't walk. Oh, man. There's so many rumors that are going on right now. It's almost silly season like last year.
But earlier.
But no one's really made it.
Silly season is supposed to be in August, not in June or July, whatever day it is.
Last year was the craziest silly season that I can remember. And it seems like this year might even be crazier.
Oh, there was like one rumor after another. Is Fred Vasseur going to stay at Ferrari? Is Bottas going to Alpine?
Or Cadillac?
Is Max going to Mercedes? Is Sainz going to Red Bull?
It'll be a domino effect. If Max goes to Mercedes, it'll be a domino effect. But we'll talk about it. That and more here at...
Yeah, America F1. America F1. It's a golden run. America F1.
All right.
My brother's got to do those bobbleheads so we can get rid of that stupid song.
I like that song.
I don't like. No one likes that song. Everyone likes the rock song we did.
Yeah, well, if your brother doesn't do the bobbleheads, there'll be no new.
All right. Anyways, what's
Max,
your favorite?
let's start out. Max is 61 points behind Oscar Piastri. Can he catch him?
Absolutely. There's how many races left?
Well,
is this the 10th race?
This is the halfway point, right?
No, I think
this is the halfway point.
No, have they done 10 races or 11 races?
I thought they've done so usually at Silverstone.
That's the halfway point?
That's usually about the halfway point.
Oh, right? So they've done 11 races then, and there's 24 races this year, right? So
can he catch him?
Yeah. The McLarens are going to run into each other at least one time and take each other out. So that's going to be...
So they're going to run into each other again.
And then they score no points. And Piastri's still ahead by how many points?
He's ahead of Max by 61. He's ahead of Lando by, I would want to say 13.
Okay, well, that's easy. If he has one boo-boo and he wins the race, he's not in first place anymore. So
yeah.
Well, Lando won the last race by
a lot.
By a lot. Yeah, he beat everyone pretty good that day. And that car, even though they're supposedly took away their wing thing.
Yeah, didn't make any difference.
That turned out that wasn't why that car is fast. There's something under that car that's making it go fast. So
it definitely didn't make a difference at all. So if Max, all right, let's get into this whole thing. Should Max go to Mercedes, and would that be a good fit for him?
Absolutely, but I think he's going to go to Aston Martin.
I don't think so.
But I don't think he's going to go anywhere until 2026. That's my prediction. That's your prediction. Because he has a contract. Yes, there's a clause in it that says he can weasel out of the contract. They all have those contracts. But I don't see him going to Mercedes. It's his arch rival. It would be like,
Mercedes throws $100 million at Max.
Well, that's what he's going to get anywhere he goes. Anywhere. If he goes to Aston Martin, they're going to pay him $100 million a year. Okay. And Lawrence Stroll, you know that guy. He has no problem writing checks.
But if they're saying that the Mercedes powertrain is the best powertrain, that's the rumor. So if he goes to Mercedes, usually the best driver goes to the best team.
Yeah.
Typically. So if Mercedes is rumored to have the best powertrain and they've shown him the telemetry and the numbers.
I don't know. This whole silly season, I never liked silly season because half the time it's true, the other half of the time it's not true. So supposedly he went into the Mercedes hospitality tent at one point in the last week or two. That's where the rumor started.
Well, Toto's been open. Even George Russell has said, yeah, they've been talking. So George Russell has confirmed it.
And George Russell will have to go. He'll go someplace else. They can't keep him and Antonelli. They can't keep 3 drivers.
So here's my problem. If Max goes to Mercedes, what does that mean for Kimi Antonelli?
Antonelli's not going anywhere.
I know, but all you've done is say how you want to nurture this kid. If he hangs up with Max, dude, Max is going to destroy him.
That's not true. We don't know that.
Max is going to destroy him.
We don't know that.
He can't even handle Russell. He's only beaten Russell, I think, in qualifying 1 time.
He's a rookie. He's bad fast. Every time he's in the car, he's quick. So it's just going to get, you have to give he's one driver they're going to give time to, unlike Lawson, who got 2 races and was kicked to the curb. I'm telling you, everybody knows Antonelli is that talent. He's that generational talent. He is the Max Verstappen of his generation.
But if you tailor the car to Max's liking, which it doesn't seem that any other driver likes, as per Red Bull, doesn't seem like any second driver likes the way Max likes the car.
Yeah, but remember,
then Antonelli, you're going to have a car that Antonelli can't drive. Now you're going to destroy his confidence. Look at poor Yuki in that car. His confidence is gone.
Well, he can't.
His confidence is gone.
He wasn't any good to begin with.
Don't say that about Yuki. Now, his confidence is shot. Then you're going to do the same thing to Kimi at a young age. Then he's done. Then all those years of trying to get Kimi Antonelli and nurturing him are gone and thrown out the window. And please, what are you doing?
I don't think Max is going to Mercedes.
Did you not get enough sleep?
No, I'm fine. I don't think.
Do you ever see anybody in television or radio yawn on screen?
That's why.
Now, I've told you about this many times.
This is what.
Do you see anybody ever do that?
You can edit that.
I am going to edit it out, but since I'm going to talk about it now, have you ever seen anybody do that?
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
Oh, come on.
You've never seen anybody, not on screen. No one, ever. Ever. Stop doing that. It's so unprofessional.
We're not professionals.
No, you're not professional.
No,
I am a professional. No, I'm a professional. You're not a professional. So why the hell do you keep doing that?
I didn't do it on purpose.
You do it on purpose.
Why you can be such a crybaby? Oh my God, he yawned. It's the end of the world.
But it's so just lame.
Can we get back to the matter at hand?
Shit.
Do you think he's going to Mercedes?
I think it's leverage for getting rid of Christian Horner.
Oh, they're not
That's
getting
what
rid
I
of
think.
They're not getting
This is
rid of
what
Christian
they
Horner.
want. They want less power for Christian Horner. So this is a way for them to this is a way for Max's dad to get what he wants. That's what I think.
Okay, I don't care about Max's dad, and I think you're tripping. I think that Max is going to stick around with Red Bull for the 26th season just to see what happens. Mm-hmm. He's not going to go someplace just because there's rumors that the Mercedes engine is more powerful than ever. They have no idea until they do
have an idea.
No, they don't. It's a rumor. It's just a rumor. That's the word on the street. We don't know yet. Until they go to the testing in 2026, no one will know anything about this.
Josh hates Christian Horner so much that.
Why would they hate Christian Horner? Didn't he give him a shot? Or was it a helmet?
Do you ever pay attention to what's going on? Am I the only one that pays attention? He wants to take over that team.
Jos Verstappen?
Yes, he wants power in that team.
They're not going to give him a job doing. They maybe let him clean the floors or push tires around. But they're not going to give him a
principal job. Why is he so adamant in getting Christian Horner out of it?
There's one guy who's in line to be the principal, and it's not Jos Verstappen. He has zero power, zero authority. You're tripping.
He wants less power with Christian Horner. He said it. Helmut Marko said it. Matter of fact, Helmut Marko's like 1,000 million years old. They should get rid of him.
Christian Horner ain't going nowhere.
They want less. They want him to have less power.
Okay, another thing Sherman doesn't understand.
They want him to have less power.
Sherman doesn't understand.
I understand.
It's the Thai family that owns Red Bull.
Yes.
And they want Christian Horner.
But they've also said that they may be inclined to give him less power like other teams and have other people in certain positions. They've said that.
They ain't changing that guy for anything. He
can still be the principal,
but
have less power. How many championships
does that guy won as remember, he took the Jaguar team and turned it into like an 8-time, 9-time world champion. Are you out of your mind? I'm not getting rid of him for anything. And then he goes over to Ferrari and makes Ferrari a good team.
I'm not saying that would be great. That would be great.
Hilarious.
But
he would be out of work for about that long.
He would be. But my thing is, they're just saying that they want him to have less power. That's all.
Why?
Because that's what they want. If they not get rid of Christian, but if they have less power, they'll be happy and Max will stay.
What less power are you talking about?
They say he has total control over everything.
That's what the boss is. It's like you're gonna have half the power you had before, and you're gonna be half the boss.
What it is that Josh wants more input. People want more input. Max is unhappy. I'm telling you, if Max left Red Bull,
my daddy wants more power controlling the team that he's not even on the team.
Max leaves Red Bull. Say he goes to Mercedes.
He's going to go to Aston Martin.
Say he goes to Mercedes. The domino effect would be crazy because then that would mean Russell would probably go to Aston Martin because he would be the one out. So now that there's a spot open at Alonso, because he would lose his spot because they know you're not getting rid of the big hair guy. Right?
Oh,
Lance Stroll ain't going anywhere.
Okay, the only way Lance Stroll leaves the team is if his father sells to the company who owns half the team now, Aramco. Yeah. And there's a rumor going around that they want to buy the whole team.
Yeah.
If they do that, he's going to walk away with a couple $1 billion,
and then he would go.
Because that dude always makes money. So it's like he did this for money. He didn't really do this to get his son a Formula One seat. He knew he was going to make money off that team. So
then Alonso would go to Alpine because
Flavio's his manager, yada. They won 2 championships together 1,000 years ago.
All right. Then Sainz would go to Red Bull because he has a contract that says that he can go to the top team. He could have went to Mercedes. He can go to Ferrari. He can go back to Ferrari. He can go to Red Bull. So that's in his contract. So then Colin Pinto would go to Williams.
I guess so. But
see? Look at that. I did it all for you.
Colin Pinto's starting to look like a bust. If he doesn't do well in the British Grand Prix, I'm pretty sure there's a 90% chance Bottas will end up in the car for the next race.
I don't think so. I think...
Well, no, Flavio. There's like a rumor on the internet I saw this morning that Flavio wants Bottas. So.
Yeah, but
Bottas is the best guy right now, just sitting on the sidelines. Him and Perez. I think Bottas is better than Perez, but by that much though.
But they also said.
But remember, Bottas has 10 wins, 20 podium, 20 pole positions, and he has 50 podiums. That's pretty good, for him to be sitting on the sideline. And there's 6 rookies this year, so.
Well, he should have never been sitting on the sidelines.
Well, the Alpine, the Audi team, they wanted Hülkenberg, and they wanted their rookie Bortoleto. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, but what they've also said is that Bottas is linked to Cadillac too. Because
there's rumors about that.
Well, he did a film. He did a short film with him opening up a Cadillac and touching the Cadillac symbol and everything.
He might have a deal with Cadillac next year, but the Alpine ride would just be for this year. I think it'd be a one and done. But
they also got that kid Aaron that they could bring in too.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. They already have a rookie in the team. They need somebody. They need a.
They got Pierre there.
He's.
Pierre's good, dude. He's in the top 10 and qualifying every week in that Alpine. Come on, man.
He's a bust, though,
He's won a Formula One race. He's not a bust.
He won one Formula Lucky win when he was with the AlphaTauri team at Monza. It was a lucky win.
Did he win?
Didn't Max
Did he win?
Drive over
Lewis? Did he win?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And Max drove over Lewis that day so he could win. Remember that?
He still won.
And then Max is like, I told him to get out of my way. I just drove over his car. He never apologized for that. It was so great. That was so funny.
I don't think it was funny.
Max he gives the best interviews, though. The best interviews.
He does give good interviews. Almost like Kimi Räikkönen. Almost like Kimi Räikkönen.
It's the same. It's the same, but way different. Vastly different. Yeah. I was like, I don't give an F, and this is how I don't give an F. And Kimi was like, I don't give an F, but this is how I do it. So the car was not very good today. And then
tell me about this Fred Vasseur. What's going on with
There's rumors that the story is his mother passed away, but it's very strange he didn't show up to the race. It's very strange.
Well, if your mom passes away, you're not going to show up to the race.
I know, but it's very strange that when he didn't show up to the race, they didn't announce his mom died. They just said he had something
Some
going on.
family issues. Yeah,
which is a euphemism usually for you're getting fired. So I don't know. His mom might have died, and that's why he was gone. But he's supposed to not be here this weekend either. And there's rumors that Ferrari aren't happy with it. Look at their car this year; it's just a pile of bolts.
So we don't know if his mom. There's been reports that his mom died, but then some people said his mom didn't die. So we don't know. We don't.
Okay,
know.
because if his mother turns out she's not dead, yeah, he's going to be gone. That's that.
So here's the other thing. If they get rid of Fred Vasseur, which I don't think they should.
No, I think they're going to get rid of him.
But if they do, you're no better than Alpine. Switching principals every 2 years.
You're
no better than Alpine.
They arrived at Benny, brought the team second in the championship. They were like one or two. If they didn't have a couple of mistakes, if Vettel didn't go off the track in Germany, if they didn't do this right, it was like, it was like the year Lewis lost the 2021 championship. It wasn't because of the Yas Marina. It was because he made mistakes during the year that if he didn't, especially at Baku, if he didn't make that mistake going in turn one at the end of the race, he'd have won the championship. There wouldn't even have been
he'd have won the championship also if they'd have followed the rules, Mike.
Yeah,
and finished under the safety car.
But this is a sport, and officials make mistakes. But okay, what's the next thing?
So Total Wolf says in Formula One, you can't buy timing. You can't buy time. And you need to give senior leadership the time to get on top of things.
Yeah, it's like you said, when Jean Todt took over Ferrari, it took him 8 years to win a championship. But they were real close in 96, 97, 98, and 99. They were, if Michael didn't break his leg in 99 at the British Grand Prix, they probably would have won the championship. They almost won it with Eddie Irvine, and Eddie Irvine is,
I love Eddie Irvine. I love
Eddie Irvine's
I love Eddie Irvine.
He's alive.
I thought he passed.
No, dude, he's barely 50 years old. What are you talking about?
Am I tripping?
Look up here. He's going to say if he's dead or not. I don't think he's dead.
I made a mistake. Then.
I'm pretty sure he builds houses for a living or something like that. But he's sinking rich, dude. Remember, he was making like $13, $14 million a year in the early 2000s as the Jaguar. When there was a meeting, and what's his name? Gunther Steiner was in the meeting. And someone from Ford actually said, "Who is this Edward Irvine who's making $13 million a year?" They had no clue who he was.
No way.
Yeah, the senior management at Ford Motor Company spent $1 gajillion a year on their Jaguar project. They literally said that.
Oh,
that's funny. What's next?
Nothing like the corporation, I'll tell you that.
Well, especially when they don't know what they're doing.
But if you take away Fred, who do you bring in?
I have no idea. Maybe bring Arriva Benny back. I still don't know why they fired him. They fired him after they came in second in the championship. They barely lost. And if they would have cleaned up their mistakes in 2018, which at the end of the year they took away their 50 horsepower from the Ferrari, so they wouldn't have won anyways.
Right.
Or maybe he would have politicked better than the guy that had it going at that time. But who was the guy before Vasseur? Oh, it was Bonato.
Bonato.
And now he's the CEO of Audi.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, their car looks a lot better all of a sudden. I don't know what they're doing.
Dude, out of nowhere. Yeah. They've been... the Sauber scored double points last race.
Well, they have Jonathan Wheatley as their principal, and he was at Red Bull forever. I mean, he was their senior... I think he was their senior track strategy guy.
Yeah.
And now he's the principal there, so... They got good people over there. Just leave them there. Because Audi has a reputation at being a great motorsports company to work for. So I'm just... Because they brought in the guy who used to be the technical director at McLaren. They brought him in, and he won championships with Audi, and they fired his whole management team and brought in the new management team last year, remember?
The other thing is that Sebastian Vettel is supposed to be getting some type of job at Red Bull. And if he does, then supposedly Max might stay. That's the latest.
Why would Vettel want to come out of retirement to be in a management position? That makes no sense.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. In the F1 Twitter.
The F1 Twitter, okay. I have no idea why he would come back. I mean, his kids, supposedly the rumor is his kids didn't want him to race anymore, he probably would have already been back.
Well, he's not racing. He's going to be in management. I think Vettel would do great. I love Vettel.
But what are they going to give him a job?
I think
doing?
he's going to take over the Helmut Marko role. Because Helmut Marko's like 1,000 million years old.
Yeah, but Helmut Marko's like the CEO.
Helmut Marko is not the CEO. He is a consultant advisor.
Which is basically the CEO.
He's a consultant and advisor.
Okay, they have different titles. I'm pretty sure because they don't have a CEO, so he's the CEO.
No. That title is Mr. Horner's title.
He's the principal.
And CEO.
Are you sure?
Dollar.
I don't want to bet $1. I don't know. That's
because I know. Dollar.
Okay, Sherman's going to put up here.
I know he is. Look it up.
Put it up there. I don't want to look it up.
Get your phone out right now.
I'm not getting my phone out.
Get your phone out. You don't. Did you get enough sleep last night?
I did.
I
didn't yawn.
You put enough hair gel in your hair.
No, this is.
You're gonna take me out to lunch today. That's
you owe me lunch.
No, you owe me lunch.
No, you owe me lunch.
No, you owe me lunch.
I spent $170 on our last lunch, and you ordered a $62 steak.
Ooh, it was good.
All I got was a shrimp cocktail.
That steak was good. Oh my god, that was a great steak. I loved it.
You owe me.
You owe me because I paid for the movie last night.
You didn't pay for the movie. I just paid for the movie.
You sent me PayPal, and then they take money out of PayPal. When you send PayPal back to your bank, they take a little money.
Don't put it back to your bank. Spend it on everything else. It's free. When you go to the grocery store, it's free.
You can use PayPal for
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I paid for my plane ticket with my PayPal.
Oh, really?
Both of my plane tickets.
Oh, okay. I use points.
That's because you're retired and you can fly anywhere you want to go at any time. And he doesn't fly coach either, which is very annoying.
Dude, coach is
I don't care. I'm sitting in a seat like this. I'm fine. Look at how skinny I am.
This is way bigger.
This is way bigger.
Way bigger. Anyway, who is going to win this British Grand Prix? As we get off in our tangents as usual. Who's going to win the British Grand Prix, Mike?
I'm going to say Norris. It's an easy bet. Unless somehow the Red Bull shows up on song. And maybe do Ferrari have updates coming? Or
they were supposed to have it updated and they didn't deliver.
They didn't bring it.
They didn't deliver.
They have a problem with the rear of their car. Lewis the last time said the car's better, but the car still pushes and it oversteers. It's like it oversteers and it understeers. In one corner it oversteers, the other corner it understeers. That's why they're slow.
And people are complaining about Lewis, and he's only a tenth off of Charles Leclerc. So a tenth or 2/10 is great.
He's the only one to win a race at Ferrari this year.
So I don't really understand why they're always on Lewis, and I just
because he's the 7-time world champion who abandoned his team and went to the enemy. That's what he did this year.
But you know what? Now they're trying to get Max, who's supposedly the enemy. So if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, man.
No, it's not. You're not supposed to leave your team.
What do you mean you're not supposed to leave the team? Schumacher, everybody leaves.
Okay,
Senna, everybody leaves. Every champion.
This is why I don't think Max is going to bail on Red Bull after this season.
Okay,
because Red Bull is going to build their own engines now. So quote unquote, it's going to be a Ford. It's not going to be a Ford. It's going to be a Red Bull's. What do they call it? Power units is what it's called. And who knows? I mean, they hired a bunch of people and spent a lot of money to do that. So they're a constructors. What's the word for
constructor manufacturer?
No. What? What's the word you use if you make your own engines and you build the cars?
Oh man, leave me alone. I can't remember.
You're not a customer team.
No, you're not a customer team.
You are a...
I thought it was manufacturer.
No, it's not manufacturer. It's... Oh, shit.
Sherman
will put that up.
I'm going to cut this part out because we can't be hemming and hawing like that.
Anyways, what's your prediction for the...
I'm going to go with Norris. I think Norris, if it doesn't rain, because there's a 20% chance of rain, right?
Yeah, but it's like... it's
Britain. It's Britain.
Well, it's like right when the race starts, it's supposed to be... But it only said 20% chance. And it is the Midlands, and it rains there every day, basically. So
I'm going to go with Norris because he hasn't won it yet. And they have a pop-up store for Orlando. They have new merch for Mercedes because of George. They have Lewis Hamilton has come out with his own merchandise. So, because he's British, so all the Brits are coming out with merchandise and selling it at the British Grand Prix. Now, I went to the British Grand Prix last year, and I would say it's one of the more together as far as total packages of races that is on the calendar. But I have to say that when it rains, and it always does, the grounds are total mud. And if it was me in charge, I would get rid of all that grass and mud and put big rocks, like pebbles, that could soak up the water. Litter. Yeah, I would, because when you're walking around in that mud, it's not.
Oh, you were in the mud?
Well, when you walk, if you walk to go get food or you walk to go to get merchandise,
it's not paved.
It's not paved everywhere.
That's weird.
So you're not happy. And
at least put some gravel down, for crying out loud.
It should be more gravel. So that's my one pet peeve of the British Grand Prix. The other pet peeve I have, if according to where you sit, it's like, so I sat in the championships club, me and my son, and it's not right up on the track. It's a ways off of the track.
Where'd you sit at?
In the championship club.
Where's that at?
So so
what turn?
Oh man, I don't know what turn that is. It's on the back. It's on the back straight.
Is it where the old pits used to be?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yes, it's exactly where the old pits used to be. So it's off a little bit. I didn't like that. And there's no overhang. It's not covered.
They moved those grandstands back a while back.
It's not covered. It freaking rains all the time. You're paying all this money. It should be covered. That makes no sense. And I even told the person, like, why is there not an awning? Why is there not a cover here? Because when it rains, you're just standing out in the rain.
You're in the wrong grandstands, because some of the ones over there are covered.
But when you pay for the championships club, you pay more than the people in the grandstand. So if you're paying more than the people in the grandstand, then it should be covered. That's my pet peeve, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, pet peeve. Well, we're going to Amsterdam in 2 months.
Yeah.
And there's about, I'd say, 50-50 chance it's either going to be brutally hot or rainy. So bring your raincoat just in case. I'm bringing my big backpack just because.
Well, that's enough for our British Grand Prix preview show. Mike is going to pay for another steak for me for lunch, and it's going to be
hell no.
I cannot wait.
I get to pick the next restaurant, but I can't do it today because I got shit to do.
You ain't even working, dude.
Yeah, it is.
No, you're not working.
No, I'm not working. I got stuff to do.
Like what?
I got to go to the gym. I got to go
grocery shopping. Gym. Get up early.
I got stuff to do. You're going to have to buy me a steak dinner another time. Maybe tomorrow.
You can buy me a burrito.
I don't want a burrito.
Tomorrow's the 4th of July.
Well, then Saturday you can take me out.
With that note, keep on racing, everybody.
What the hell is the name of it? It's like...